today's Tip Tuesday, I want to do something a little bit different and let you guys in on my meal planning process. So I try to create a meal plan for my household at least once a week just to keep us on task, particularly with our budget, to keep me on task with some of my health goals, as well as just preserve my own sanity. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how I lay out my meal plan. For my meal planner for this year, I am actually using an A5 planner from Agenda 52, which is Hobby Lobby's brand of planners. So I'll show you real quick how I set that up. You can use anything that works for you, but I'll just show you what I use. So it came with the days of the week already set up. I'll go ahead and date it. I don't do a whole lot of fancy business in this particular planner because it's pretty much functional, but I'll go ahead and date that. You know what it is. Then my notes column, I'm actually gonna put a little sticky on top of that because this is going to become my grocery list, if I can actually spell it correctly. Grocery. All right, so that's gonna be my grocery list. You can use whatever you want to there. Then, because I'm using a vertical planner, most people have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm using it that way: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you can either color code each section. I'll use yellow. I'll use yellow for breakfast. All right. I'll use yellow for breakfast. Or you can also use highlighters. I'm using washi tape just because I have washi tape and it is convenient for me, but I could just as easily say maybe lunch and highlight it just for some sense of division. And one other thing you can do, if you are a person that eats more than 3 meals a day, or you want to plan more than 3 meals a day, you could easily subdivide each of these blocks with like a morning snack and an afternoon snack. But I could do lunch and kind of highlight each block like that. And then I will do dinner in blue. Which, I don't know. Lunch might actually be my favorite meal of the day. It's a toss-up between lunch and dinner. Let me know. Let me know what y'all's favorite is. But I am going to set those aside so I know which meal I'm working on in a particular row. Uh-oh. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to do with any form of planning is setting my goals. So with meal planning, I might not necessarily have a goal. Some people might be tracking the number of calories they want to eat. They might have a goal to have more green vegetables or whatever the case may be. Whatever your goals are. If you don't, I just like to have a general idea of what I'm trying to cook or might be interested in. So I have a running list, or I'll make one here, of meal ideas that I think I might want to cook. So honey ginger chicken is one. I cooked sausage and veggies last week. We'll say beef stroganoff, ranch pork chops. What are some other good ones? Shrimp Alfredo. Glazed salmon. I'm getting hungry just thinking about this. Spaghetti or lasagna. And I will say liver and onions. And full disclosure, I have a mini notebook that I keep in my purse. And sometimes I'll just jot this stuff down. But if I was planning, I would make my list of potential meal ideas. Then what I would go through this list and do is tell myself how many servings these particular meals should make in theory. Now, with my family, there's always a fluctuation of who's in my house and who's not. There's always a fluctuation in how hungry people are, whether or not people get seconds of different things. So this isn't really hard and fast, but it just gives me a general idea of how far this food should go. So I think honey ginger chicken, let's say if I had 4 breasts, that's 4 servings. Beef stroganoff, I might be able to get 6 servings out of. And I just kind of put a superscript number next to it, however you would like to do that, to just show me what servings they are. We'll say 4 for the ranch pork chops, 4 for the Alfredo, 4 for the glazed salmon, and then we'll say 6 out of spaghetti or lasagna. And I will say probably 4 out of liver and onions, because I'm probably going to be eating that one by myself. So I have my week laid out. I have my list. And let's add some breakfast items on here. We'll do breakfast bagel sandwiches. And we'll say, I think bagels come in a sleeve of 5. Then Slim Fast. Uh-oh. Sorry. Hopefully you can see that. I'm still in the frame I am. Okay. Slim Fast, breakfast bagel sandwiches. And then let's see what else I can eat for breakfast. Breakfast burritos. And I'm going to say 6 because I can make them ahead and freeze them if I get motivated enough. And I will say 8 here because I think Slim Fast comes in a box of 8 now. So that's my list to work from. So now, getting back to my actual meal plan, I'm going to take my list and begin to kind of shape up what I want to eat on what days. And I kind of also think about what I know I have in my pantry to start with. I just bought a sleeve of bagels. So we're going to say I'm going to eat a bagel sandwich here. And I might eat another bagel sandwich tomorrow. And since my husband is here, that is 5 servings, 2 on this day, 2 on this day. So Wednesday might be kind of a toss-up. I might freeze the 5th sandwich. So I have my breakfast for Monday and Tuesday planned out. Then on Wednesday, I might do a Slim Fast. Thursday, I'll eat breakfast out. I'm sure to record the days when I'm actually eating out, so that I can budget for this right here. Friday is the day that we typically will fast and pray. So I'm going to put fast for breakfast. And then Saturdays, I usually will skip breakfast. And then Sunday, I might eat a piece of fruit and maybe a muffin and go from there. All right. So leaving Saturday blank in case something changes. Now on to lunch. So Sunday, let's say that I cooked Sunday night. For lunch, we might have leftovers, and I'll put that there. And then for dinner, I will cook beef stroganoff. Which means, based on this, I'm expecting 6 servings. So that's 2 here. And then for lunch, I might have a sandwich. I might have some leftovers. So I'm going to write leftovers or sandwich. Okay. And then Tuesday, this is 2 servings. This is 4 servings. This is 2 more servings. I am going to anticipate leftovers for dinner. And as an alternate, pizza. Okay. Then for lunch, since I may or may not have leftovers from the night before, we're going to say a sandwich for lunch. And then I am definitely going to cook. I'm actually going to cook something that's not on this list. I'll put it there. You may not be able to see that. I am going to cook hamburger steaks. I'm going to cook probably green beans, mashed potatoes, I'm gonna dot that just so I can tell it apart. Mashed potatoes and cornbread. Yum. And I know I'm gonna have some leftovers of that. So leftovers here. And I may potentially have leftovers here as well. Or out. Friday, again, I typically fast from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., which during the winter months is sun up to sundown. But I'm fasting there. I'm fasting for lunch. And I will probably want to eat something very light for dinner, having not eaten all day. I will have the honey garlic chicken with some veggies and rice. Saturday, I tend to do as little cooking as I can possibly get away with. I'm starting to cook a little bit more because I want to get our budget in order and my health too. So I'm gonna plan to cook lunch on Saturday. So I'll just pick something really, really good. Something quick. What can I think of? Shrimp Alfredo. We will say shrimp Alfredo with spaghetti squash. Okay. And then I know I'll have some leftovers. And then I will have the last of the leftovers, or the last that I can take, Sunday for lunch. And then I will have a hearty helping of liver and onions, rice and gravy, and maybe some cabbage for dinner. So there, I now have a plan for every meal every day of the week. Now, this plan, of course, is subject to change. We all know that life happens, but I at least have some rough idea of what I think I'm gonna cook. Next, as I mentioned earlier, hopefully you have inventoried your pantry to give you kind of an idea of what you already have and to help you make this list. A lot of times I make this list in deference to things I already have and need to use up, but it's time to make groceries. So I'm gonna look at my list over here and say, I already have bagels. I actually have a variety of lunch meats, some turkey, I've got ham, I've got roast beef, I might even have some bacon, and I definitely have cheese. So I have everything I need to make my bagel sandwiches. I do not have Slim Fast, so that goes on my grocery list. Fruit and muffins, I do not have fruit. I think I have some muffins or can get some. I might actually get this on the go from like a Panera. So fruit goes on my grocery list regardless. Beef stroganoff. I know that I have noodles. I have ground beef. I have, what do I have? Broth and onions and stuff, but I don't have mushrooms. Gotta have mushrooms for that. I just mentioned that I have sandwich meat and bread and everything I have to make sandwiches, so I'm good there. I've got ground beef. I have green beans. I have potatoes and sour cream and butter. I got flour. I got meal, milk, so on and so forth. I have what I need for that meal. I don't have chicken breast. I have some stir-fry veggies. I have rice. You know what? I'm tempted to try my hand at bok choy. So I'm going to star that. It's optional, but I'm going to say bok choy, ginger, sesame oil. And I'm going to star this because it's really going to depend on whether I feel like it, whether we can afford it, so on and so forth. So that's my honey garlic chicken. And I have everything to make the Alfredo, but I think I want to throw some spinach and some sun-dried tomatoes into that. Maybe even some leftover mushrooms. And I have my liver, my onion, everything to make rice and gravy. And I need cabbage. So, now, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go the next level. And I am going to highlight fruit, mushrooms, bok choy, spinach, and cabbage. That lets me know that this is produce and I might need to wait closer to when I'm going to cook this to get it. If I had a bunch of dry ingredients on this list, that's fine. My Slim Fast won't go bad. My chicken breast won't go bad. Ginger has a good shelf life. Sun-dried tomatoes, I can get those in a bag or a can. The same thing with the oil. But I had an experience recently where I bought some mushrooms to make beef stroganoff and ended up not doing it, and my mushrooms went bad. So sometimes what I will do, if I am not 100% sure I'm going to make something that week, I won't buy the produce until like the day that I am going to actually cook that item for certain, just to make sure I've not wasted my produce. Also, my refrigerator is small, so I have to really think about how much food I can buy at a given time that is within the budget and will actually fit comfortably in the fridge. So, for the sake of this exercise, green represents fresh produce. So, with that being said, my week is planned, my grocery list is made, and what I can do, either I can take this list to the store with me, or I can take a picture of it on my cell phone and go to the store with it. And I have planned my meals and I've planned my grocery list. All right, so I hope all of that made sense and was helpful. Again, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you begin to make a meal plan for yourself or for your family if you don't already. I can personally testify that when I have some sort of plan for my meals and what I'm going to eat, I save money. I don't spend as much on impulse because my impulse purchases are usually on food. It saves me a lot of money. And also, I've seen great strides in my weight loss journey just from having a plan and being able to avoid impulse eating even, and knowing where my calories are coming from, so forth and so on. So again, this has been your Tip Tuesday. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.